I thought it was very informative and instructional, entertaining as well.
They had better come see it. It's great.
It's an excellent presentation of all aspects of falling.
I thought it was wondrous for all of us, and it can help us to stay alive longer too.
Oh, it was just wonderful. As you get older, you know, you have falls, and you can think about what you're going to do, and this prepares you for that.
Very informative on how to safely fall.
Oh, definitely. Get information for this, because everyone goes through this sometime or another. Whether you trip over your kids' toys or going downstairs.
I thought it was very instructive. I learned a lot of ways how to fall.
And how to recover once you're down.
Because I was taking care of my 96-year-old mother and didn't know how to get her up. I volunteered for a hospice. We weren't allowed to help anybody up because we didn't have the right techniques, and we were told not to. So this has been great.
I think it'd be a good investment in protection for themselves and loved ones to be aware of fall prevention as well as how to handle a fall. Very, very well done.
When I started this, my balance was very, very poor. I was in danger all the time of falling, and occasionally did. And now I'm strong and I'm in good balance, and I walk every day, and I have a good time in life because I'm not thinking about dying. I'm thinking more about living and enjoying it. Well, the results I've achieved is a great, massive improvement in my balance. My strength is stronger, especially my legs and arms, so that I don't fall because I'm strong enough to recover when I do have problems. And I'm now much more relaxed because I don't have to worry about falling. And my arms are stronger, so that if I should fall, I can get up now and I won't have any trouble doing it. I learned a lot about my physical structure, which muscles I need to use, which muscles I need to exercise regularly. And I also learned how to fall safely. I learned how to get up with help or without help. In almost any place, I don't worry about it anymore because I know I can get up. That's because I've learned how to do it, and because I'm stronger. And I have a really good time exercising. I look forward to it because it's a fun time. Not a straight face, but it's serious, and it solved my problem. You could really prolong your life and feel good while you're doing it because it gives you a lot of confidence that you know what to do. Get off your rear end and get with it because it's really worth it. I exercise all together, both at home and here in the gym, about an hour a day, plus I walk some, and I get all the other 22 and some hours to be well and happy and enjoying life.
Hello, my name is Tim Rabatoy. I'm a strength and conditioning specialist and the creator of the Falling Solution System. I'll be your host today. This is the most complete resource on falling skills, fall recovery techniques, and fall prevention exercise and conditioning available anywhere in the world. I'd like to welcome you to the Falling Solution System. Welcome to Fall Recovery Techniques. In this section, I'll show you how to get off the floor using objects in your environment like walls and chairs. I'll show you how to get off the floor using nothing but the floor. I'll show you how to help someone else off the floor, and then I'll take you through 11 different falling scenarios, both indoor and outdoor, so you'll know how to get off the floor anytime, anywhere. In part one of this section, I'll be showing you how to get off the floor using objects in your environment. Assisted fall recovery techniques. Coming up next. Welcome to assisted fall recovery techniques. A lot of older adults have trouble getting off the floor, especially after a fall. So knowing how to use your environment in any situation to get yourself back up is essential for fall recovery. The first thing we'll look at is how to use a chair to get off the floor. See that there? Yeah. Woo! Here's my number one technique for the chair. The standard way in the hospital they tell you to get up is like this. You face the chair. I'm sure you've seen this. You put your leg out and you push up. Now that doesn't work a lot of the time with a lot of my patients. This is the best way to do it. In all my years of therapy and rehab, I've never had a single person, not one, not be able to get off the floor with this technique. And this is totally different. This requires almost no strength at all. You fell down. You're going to crawl to the chair. Okay? Here's what you do. You don't face it. You want to get up. Turn to the side. Now, everyone's going to bring up one leg or the other, the right or the left. I'm going to show you both. Okay? One leg up. Now, if I'm going to make this hard on myself, I would just have to push up off the floor. We can do it way easier than that. What I'm going to do is turn my body this way. I'm going to push towards the board. Watch this. Watch how far I have to go. Okay? I didn't have to lift at all. Now watch the other leg. And I'll move this around so you can see. Okay? Other leg up. My hip's going to be touching the chair. I might as well show you this way. Hip in contact with chair. You're using the upper body. Leg out here, pushing towards the TV. See that there? Yeah. Woo! It's just called a little chair scoot. So I'm literally pushing myself that far up into the chair. Just like that. Okay? It doesn't require any upward strength at all. Okay? Just to the side. Okay, so that's my number one chair technique to get off the floor. I can give you all kinds today. If you've fallen down hard and you're having trouble getting off the floor, a chair is one of the best things you can use to get yourself back up. More than half of all falls happen at home. So if you fall at home and you can't get up, a sturdy chair is your best option. A chair allows you to use your entire body in a way that makes it much easier to get up. So if you're having trouble getting up and you have a stable chair in your environment, it's worth crawling to if you need to, and it's my number one recommendation for fall recovery. Up next, I'll show you 7 effective ways to use a chair to recover from a fall. We'll take an up-close look at each one. I'll take you through them step by step, and then I'll show you how you can use those same techniques on other objects in your environment to help you get off the floor. In the seminar clip you saw at the beginning, I was demonstrating the chair slide technique, which in my years of doing physical therapy and rehab, I found to be the most effective method for fall recovery and the one I use and recommend the most. So the first technique we'll look at is the chair slide. Techniques 2 and 3 are alternatives for one another. Technique number 2 is a traditional chair stand, and it's probably the most common fall recovery method taught to hospital and medical staffs. With this technique, you're going to face the chair and press directly upward instead of sideways like the chair slide. This technique takes more upper leg strength than the chair slide does though, and if you have bad knees, it might be a little more difficult for you. So think of this section like a fall recovery toolbox. Depending on your body, your environment, your situation, and your condition, you'll be able to pick the right technique that works for you when you need it. Technique 3 is called a forward-leaning chair stand, and it's an alternative and a little variation on the last technique. In this one, you'll still be facing the chair, but instead of focusing on pushing up, the focus is on supporting your upper body with the chair and then straightening your back leg. Here's another great technique for using a chair to get yourself off the floor. Now what you're going to do on this one is face the chair. Okay? You want to bring both hands to the sides to a stable part on the chair with your arms nice and straight. Okay? You're going to bring up one leg. And on this one, instead of trying to push yourself up which is really hard from this position, what you can do is take your head and lean it over your hands. And at the same time, you're taking your weight off of your legs so you can straighten your back leg. So this one's called face your chair, arms totally straight, bring one leg up, you're going to lean over your hands and kick your back leg up. Chair technique number 4 is called a coil lift. This is a great technique to use if you can't get on your knees and you need to get into a chair. Chair technique number 5 is called a push-away press. Just like the next two techniques that you'll see on the chair, I'll show you how they have all kinds of real-world applications for fall recovery. In my falling solution workshops, all I use for tools are floors, walls, and sturdy chairs for people to practice all kinds of falling and fall recovery situations. Now, any stable object about chest and shoulder height to you when you're on your knees will work for the push-away press. In this technique, you'll be approaching the back of a sturdy chair facing sideways, bringing your leg up and leaning in towards the chair, and then pushing towards the chair with your leg and pushing up and away from the chair with your arms at the same time. Pushing like this allows you to use your entire body to make it easy to bring your other leg off the ground and stand back up. The push-away press is chair technique number 5. Technique number 6 is called a low quick stand. This is another great one that you can practice with a chair and then easily apply it to lots of different fall recovery situations when a chair is not available to use. While the push-away press is designed for objects about chest and shoulder height, the low quick stand is for things that are a little bit lower, like a low table that you can press down on. Approach a chair from the front and put your hands on the front of the chair with your arms as straight as possible. Bring one leg out to the side, almost straight, and then with your upper body supported by your hands, quickly thrust your hips away from the chair by straightening both legs at the same time. Once you're up, just step in and stand. Technique number 7 is called a low quick step. Just like the low quick stand, you can use this technique for fall recovery in lots of different situations and environments when there is no chair to use. The focus of this one is to distribute all of your body weight between your arms and your outstretched leg, taking all of the pressure off of your down leg just long enough for you to take a step in. Once again, approach a chair from the front and then bring your hands to the chair with your arms as straight as possible. Bring one leg out, almost straight, and then with your upper body supported by your hands, straighten your pushing leg and step in with the other leg at the same time. How to deal with a sliding chair. Now, some chairs are heavier than others. If you've crawled to a chair that when you go to use it starts to slide away from you, what you want to do first is stabilize the chair. And the best way to do that is by pushing it into something stable. Okay, so what you can do in this case is get down and just push the chair in front of you. In this case, I'm just going to push it right into a wall. That's the most stable thing I can find. Okay, right into the wall. Now your chair is nice and stable. It's not going anywhere. Now it's perfectly safe to go ahead and use one of your chair techniques. And you're up off the floor. Okay, how to use a chair in order to get down easily onto the floor. Now, we've covered a couple of chair techniques in order to get up off the floor. I wanted to give you 2 techniques in order to get down easily using a chair. Now, the first one's a little bit more traditional. What you're going to do is face the chair. You want to come down onto one knee and then the other knee. Okay, if I was going to come down to the left, I would take my left hand down onto the floor and slowly roll over to my rear end, okay? And then the same thing going to the right, it would start the same way. Both knees on the ground, hands on the chair, and then I do the same thing going down to the right. I take my right hand down onto the floor, and then slowly roll safely down to the floor. Now, we talked about that chair scoot technique, the side chair scoot where you're getting up and into the chair like so, okay? Now you can easily do the reverse chair scoot and get back down onto the floor the same way, really, really easily. So what you do is you can turn, put a leg out, and then just lower yourself down. Okay, really, really easy. Same thing the other way. You're up in your chair, you want to get down really easily. Instead of turning all the way around, what you can actually do is just turn your body, bring the leg out, and just drop the knee to the floor. And then from there, you just do the same thing. You try to come down onto one hand and down onto the floor. Now, over the years, I've heard people mention this a few times. When they get into a position that's really low and their legs are out in front of them and they go to get up, they realize they can't do it. Remember, your leverage is not very good in that position, so here's what I suggest. The best way to get up from a low position is actually to spread the legs apart, scoot back a little bit. You're going to use your arms on this one. You're going to put them between your legs. What you want to remember is that your body always follows your head, okay? So here's the technique. Legs spread apart, arms in between the legs to push off. What I'm going to do is keep the arms totally straight and then lean forward with the head. One more time. Okay, legs apart, arms straight right in the middle. I'm going to lean forward with my head, just taking it this way. And you should pop right out of the chair. Okay, this same technique is going to work if you're stuck on a low toilet seat as well, okay? So if you can't get up with your legs in front, all you got to do is slide back on the seat, spread your legs apart, okay, as wide as you can, bring your hands to the middle, and just lean forward with your head, and you should come right up. How to get out of a low chair at home. I think all of us have been in those situations where we're in a chair that's a little bit too low, or we have chairs at home that are a little bit too low. here's 3 techniques to remember next time you're stuck in a low chair. Number 1, a little bit more traditional here. You'd be nice and straight. What you can do is have your legs close together, arms straight at your sides, okay? And what you're going to do on this one, remember that your body always follows your head. So what you're going to do on this is lean forward with your arms straight and stand out of the chair. If you actually need some momentum to get up, that's perfectly fine. That's where you want to be, though, to stand with that technique. Okay, now technique number 2, if you have room to turn in your chair, what you can do is turn your whole body to the side so you can use the corner of the chair, spread your legs apart, like I did with the low steps on the floor. Bring your hands to the middle, just like the same thing on the toilet, okay? And you're going to lean forward and stand, okay? And then number 3 would be the same thing facing the front. If you have room and the front of the chair can support you, it's the same thing. Spread the legs apart, arms straight, right into the middle, lean your head forward, and you should pop right up. A wall can also be an extremely effective tool to use for fall recovery. Up next, I'll show you 4 effective fall recovery techniques you can do with a wall and how you can use them in just about any environment to get yourself off the ground anytime, anywhere. Just like the last 3 chair techniques, all of the fall recovery techniques on the wall work on the principle of momentarily distributing all of your body weight between the 3 contact points of your hands and your pushing leg. This takes all of the weight off of your down leg so you can bring it up. The 4 fall recovery techniques on the wall have a lot in common with the ones you learned on the chair. The first technique for the wall is the high push-away press. Similar to the push-away press at the chair, this time we want our arms pressing straight back and away from the wall. Start by approaching a wall from the side. Turn your upper body to face the wall and put your hands flat on the wall in front of you, directly in front of your chest. Bring the leg furthest from the wall up to 90 degrees and lean towards the wall. With your bent leg, press towards the wall, and at the same time, press your body directly away from the wall with your arms, and then step up with your other leg. Technique number 2 for the wall is the high quick stand. This technique works great for fall recovery, and you can use it with just about anything solid in your environment that you can push against that's chest height or higher. This one allows you to use most of your body weight against the wall, and the quick rotation of your hips makes it easy to take the weight off of your knee that's on the ground so you can bring your leg up. Approach a wall from the front and put your hands flat against the wall directly in front of your chest with your arms as straight as possible. Bring one leg out, almost straight, and then leaning towards the wall with your upper body supported by your hands, thrust your hips away from the wall by straightening both legs at the same time. Once you're up, just step in. Fall recovery technique 3 for the wall is called a high quick step. With this technique, just like the low quick step, your focus is to momentarily distribute your body weight between your hands and your outstretched leg so you can take the weight off your knee and bring your leg up. Approach a wall from the front and put your hands flat against the wall directly in front of your chest with your arms as straight as possible. Bring one leg out, almost straight, and then leaning towards the wall with your upper body supported by your hands, straighten your pushing leg while stepping in with your other leg at the same time. Fall recovery technique number 4 for the wall is a corner press. This is a great technique to use if you've fallen in the corner of a room. This one's exactly like the high quick step, except your arms are spread apart this time, with one hand on each wall of the corner. Once again, this allows you to distribute all of your body weight between your hands and your outstretched leg, so you can easily step in with your other leg. Start by approaching a corner from the front and put your hands flat on each wall at chest height with your arms as straight as possible. Bring one leg out, almost straight, and then leaning towards the corner with your upper body supported by your arms, straighten your pushing leg while stepping in with your other leg at the same time. If you fall down in an area where there's only a chain link fence that you can use to help yourself get back up, a chain link fence is a good thing to use, but don't use the middle part that's unsupported. Don't try to pull yourself up, and you won't have much luck pushing against it. So make sure you crawl over to the pole to help yourself get back up. Remember that more than half of all falls happen at home, and that 47% of older adults who've been injured in a fall can't get off the floor by themselves. So it's important to know how to use every advantage in your home if you need help getting back on your feet. If you fall down near a doorway, a door can be a great tool for fall recovery, and it will allow you to use your entire body to help you get back up. You'll approach the door with one leg on each side of the door. Grab the handles on each side of the door with your palms facing you, and with your feet flat on the ground, pull your legs up close to your body, and then push with your legs and pull with your arms at the same time to stand. If you're injured or you can't bend your legs that far, there's another version you can try. You'll approach the door the same way, but this time keep enough distance between you and the door so your arms are almost totally straight. Pull your legs up as far as you comfortably can, and then push with your legs and hold on to the doorknobs for support as you come up. That concludes part 1 of fall recovery techniques. In part 2, I'll show you how to get back up when there's nothing to use in the environment except the floor. Part 2, non-assisted fall recovery techniques, coming up next.